Hello, people of YouTube. Hello, Silver Stackers. Hello, Coin Roll Hunters. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. This is Michael from Pennyhaven, and first off, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, then give it a like, then come back over here and hit that bell icon so you know when my new videos come out. All right, so I've got a couple things to show you tonight. First off, I've got one little piece of mail, but a very important, very cool piece of mail. And then I'm going to show you a new collection that I've started that I'm very, very excited about. So first off, my sister Michelle sends me a text a week and a half ago. She said, hey, I'm sending you something. And I think she said something like, all I want is video documentation. So what I figured she was doing was sending something to my son and wanted me to shoot a video of him opening it. Totally normal request. But then I get this bag, and I rip it open, and throomp, out falls this 1944 Philadelphia Walking Liberty $50, 90% silver. Very cool. So it was actually for me. So that was very cool. Thank you, Michelle. And a while ago, I'd bought a couple new old stock Liberty standing $50 Whitman books, and then I'd kind of my focus had shifted away from collecting $50. So I do have a spot in this book. It's going to be filled with this, and I'm going to put a little note next to that just so I remember that one was from Shell. And I wanted to grab a picture of us to show here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any real recent pictures. I was looking through, physical, actual pictures because I didn't want to just go searching through Facebook. So I've got some older photos that are embarrassing for both of us. So hope you're enjoying that. Thank you, Shell. Love you. All right. Now, on to my new little mini collection I've got here. If you watch my coin shop pickup videos, you may have seen this a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago now, where I found this 1860 Mexico, what was it, half real for 75 cents at my coin shop. So cool. And that got me researching reals and the different types that are out there, and I just kind of became obsessed with the coin. Then, the next week, I went and I found this 1786 1 real. Now this one, it's got the, it doesn't have the Mexican eagle design. It has 2 pillars, and this is defaced, and that is quite literal. It was Charles III, and his face is just rubbed out, and then something was counter-stamped on top of it. Somebody did not care for Carlos III. So, like, wow, I got a half real, I got a 1 real, and keeping my eyes open, I did get one more pillar version. I believe this one is also a 1 real. It is larger, 1735. So this is even older. I got that for $2. So for these 3, the half real and the 2 1 reals, I spent a grand total of $3.75, which is just very, very cool. So then I set out to see what I could find on eBay. I was watching some auctions here and there, trying to keep an eye out for some larger denomination reals. And I got this 2 real, the Liberty Hat version, Liberty Hat with the rays of sun rays coming out, and República Mexicana with the eagle, the snake in its beak, my son's favorite. Now, this Liberty Hat design, it's very cool. This is something that I didn't know about this until I started researching reals. It's a common obverse for the reals, the Liberty Hat real. So what this represents, this comes from freed Roman slaves. It was a ceremonial cap, liberty cap. So it would denote that they had been freed. You know, they were then free people. And you see this on a lot of coinage, actually. Once you start looking for it, I've seen it on some Bolivian coinage as well. Lots of South American, and of course all this Mexican coinage. Very cool liberty cap. You see, depictions of that all over the place once you start looking for it. Very cool. So, I've got my half. I got 2 single reals, a 2 real, and this. I watched so many auctions trying to get a decent deal on one of these. And I really lucked out with this one. It's in pretty good shape, except for it's got one big ding on it. And I don't mind the ding because it doesn't take away from the rest of the coin that much for me. So I got a great deal on this, an 1896 8 real. It's got like a pretty major ding there. And it pushes through to the eagle's breast here. Just kind of almost augments it, you know. He's puffing out his chest a lot. I don't know what got this thing. I mean, it looks like it could have been like a piece of shot, a low powder. It's not going to go through it. It looks like it could have been dinged with a projectile of some sort. This is, of course, once again, the Liberty Cap design, the sun rays behind it. Ah, gorgeous. So super happy with that. And the lettering's great on the reverse. República Mexicana. Gorgeous. All right. Oof, the weight of that thing. This is silver dollar size. Very cool. So that's something I do hope to expand that collection in the future. I've got my eye on some other some of the 8 reals that have the bust on the front, on the obverse, the bust obverse, so you have some of the rulers on there, some very cool designs on there. Charles III, seeing quite a few of those, and you get them with the chop marks, which they were used to test the purity of the silver. They just, chop out a tiny bit of silver. They take that away and then test for purity. And there's lots of Chinese symbol chop marks out there. And the coins just look very cool when they've been, all dinged up with these chop marks. And it kind of adds to the value if you've got an interesting array of chop marks. And I will, of course, have put up some photos of those. And yeah, definitely want to get a nice one of those for my collection at some point. Oh, I was kicking myself. I missed out on an auction that was, in retrospect, a super deal for this coin. But you can't win them all. I will have an eye out. I have an idea of what I'm looking for and what I'm willing to pay in the future. I'm happy with my little collection right now. It's not going to be my focus. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed checking out these Mexican reals. And I hope you enjoyed the embarrassing photos of my sister and myself from many years ago. Okay, I'm going to get on out of here now. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Check out my Patreon supporters. A lot of great people there. And hey, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. Why not? I think I've got 6 right now, and 8's my favorite number. If 2 more of you hop on board, I will be such a happy dude. All right. Thanks so much for watching. This is Michael from Penny Haven. Happy hunting.